What do you think if you saw this person walking down the street?
Would you ever feel intimidated by the way someone looked?
Would you stereotype this person? Would you judge them on the way they looked?
Do you feel intimidated because of the way I look?
We're from Headliners and we've come to South Wimbledon Youth Club.
We set out to find out about the way young people and adults stereotype each other.
We wanted to know what pressures there are on young people to look a certain way.
Yeah, I think there is quite a bit of pressure. Like if you're wearing nasty clothes or something, people aren't really going to want to talk to you much.
I think it's kind of media as well. Still.
If I don't have nice clothes, I don't like it.
Yeah, I think there is a bit of pressure on young people to look like in fashion.
Probably like a bit of pressure from like social groups.
We noticed that young people tend to dress like their friends, and we wanted to find out why.
Why do you think some young people like to dress the same as their friends?
If you dress differently to your friends, then you'd be scared that they might be like, oh, what are you wearing? Or
you fit in a bit more when you're wearing the same things, and you don't want to stand out too much.
Like the media, I think it's quite influenced by it.
Yeah, like magazines and stuff, like you want to look the same as some, like people in magazines, and if your friends are dressing like it, you might as well look the same.
Some people think if they might dress the same as other people, they might be accepted within that group.
Because of peer pressure, maybe they don't feel like they want to stand out too much because people can judge you for what you wear.
When do you judge other people on the way that they look?
When it's like really different, it's a really different look.
Out on the streets, like if I'm walking along with my friend, I'll be like, oh, I like what she's wearing, or
On the street? I don't mean to, but it's
yeah,
like first impressions.
You do, you always look at someone.
I always look what they're wearing and I'm like,
You judge like what type of person they are.
You'll sometimes look at someone and say they're dressing a bit weird or something.
You judge people like first impressions, which is like the first 8 seconds you meet someone, you already judge them.
Like when you first meet someone, or if you see someone in the street and they're dressed a certain way, then you like group them or stereotype them.
Well, certain dress sense might be intimidating.
Which fashion stereotype do you think is most intimidating and why?
I would definitely say really grunge and emo sort of intimidates me because of the heavy makeup and stuff.
Groups of like goths.
Emos and goths.
Emos, yeah, they're pretty freaky.
They scare me.
Goth, really. Yeah, I'm probably most scared of them.
Any reason why?
No, I don't really know much about them. There's probably some sort of prejudice there, isn't it?
Chav.
Why?
Because it's related to like the most violence and the most stealing, and it's just a very stereotypical way to look.
They have their hoods and then they have the caps and tracksuits and so on, and people go, oh, there's a chav and so on. And it's not right to judge people by the way they look.
Hoodies. Yeah, like if you've got a hood up, then definitely if you're walking down the street and you like can't really see who they are, then it's quite intimidating.
Probably people who wear hoods, but that's mostly because of media attention.
When do you think adults judge the way young people look?
All the time.
All the time, really.
How?
On the street, anytime.
When they have like hoods, their hoods up.
Adults always stereotype people. It's like, oh, they're wearing black, they must be an emo, that kind of thing.
I'd really like not to believe in stereotypes.
I wouldn't put myself into one.
In what way does the media influence the way you want to look?
Big influence. With the magazines, you always try and look like the celebrities.
I don't think I'm very influenced at all.
Yeah, I think it also depends like who you're with as well. Like sometimes like certain friends might make you feel influenced. Yeah.
I'll say the most intimidating is gothic punk.
What looks intimidating?
Probably a group of kids wearing hooded tops.
If you see someone in the street with a hood, do you cross the road? And if yes, why would you do that?
No, I don't cross the road. It could be cold.
It depends on the circumstances. Late night, on my own, is there a gang? Possibly I'd think about it.
Why do you think people can be intimidated by groups of kids in hoods?
Usually when they don't recognise, probably because I have my hood on, or you can see the change in how they react to you.
Well, because if you have maybe a hoodie or whatever and you have your hood up and you're walking down an alley or whatever, some people will look at you and go, you might get robbed by him or something.
Yeah, they keep their head down, you know, they wouldn't look in your direction.
It's just that they're a bit scared of what they've seen on the TV about young people.
and certain types of clothes that they're wearing.
Well, I'd probably think the same thing if I was their age, because the reputation, the news and stuff.
It's because like there's been knife crime in the media. People judge people like by the way they look.
Yeah, just assume that they're antisocial or something by the way they're dressed. Because adults call people like yobs because they're wearing hoodies.
I guess it's all media hype. They just look into it and think, yeah, they're all the same really.
We did find some people who didn't believe in stereotypes.
Adults and young people can be intimidated by looks that are very different to their own.
We found both adults and young people can be influenced by the media.